Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Vijeta and today I will be talking about two things perhaps. Let us see. I wish to talk about this author. She's called Georgette Heyer and she used to write Regency novels in 19 she was actually from the 1920s and she wrote about Regency era, mostly romances, but she also wrote mysteries. And the thing about her text is, her writing style is that her great attention to detail, like she will describe the draperies, the color, the rich color of the draperies, the carpet, the wide staircases. Everything is done in a very rich fashion, and it does justice to the Victorian fashion, the extravagant Regency fashion that used to be prevalent in those ages. And her writing does full justice to it. Her research is quite commendable, I think, and it shows that she had a lot of pleasure in writing about these things. Although Georgette Heyer had confessed once that she was more into the medieval era, like the knights and other the knight in armor, that era. And she wrote a novel called I think it was called Dear John or King John. I'm not sure, but it was her last novel, and I think it was called My Lord John. And it was her last novel, and it was unfinished. But yeah, and not only that, Georgette Heyer's writing will kind of remind you of Jane Austen's, although in her novels, Georgette's novels, the hero and heroine, the protagonists mostly have more dialogues, and mostly her heroines are witty. Although she has a wide range of characters, like she has the rake in that novel Bath Tangle, and in other novel there is one more novel. What is it called? I think it is called the Cotillion. Yes, in that the protagonist is the male protagonist is more of a nice, sweet and shy kind of a guy. Then in the Corinthian, you have this guy who is more into fashion. He's like a more of a Oscar. You can compare him to Oscar Wilde. Like he is very particular about his dressing sense, and I think there is a particular term for people who were very much, for gentlemen who were very much into their dressing style. And there was a Lord Brummel with whom that guy Richard Wyndham from the Corinthian has been compared to. But if you read Venetia, in that Lord Damerel is not so much into his dress or that kind of thing. Like he's a well dressed fellow, but he's not very particular like Lord Wyndham. So Georgette Heyer has a wide array of characters. Her characters are varied, so you can't say that every time her heroine is witty and the guy is more compared to Lord Byron. Like he's not a Lord Byron kind of a character. That is that. Besides that, I think what I can say about this novel in particular, The Corinthian, the trope is something that has been seen in a lot of rom-coms, but I think the trope depends more on the execution. I mean, you can have a similar trope, which is like the girl runs away from her family, which is not particularly nice towards her, and she dresses up as a man, and then the guy and the girl have adventures together, and they maybe fall in love and all that. But the way it is done is, it can vary from author to author. I mean, this trope that I have just mentioned might sound similar to you, and it is quite a trope which is quite seen and heard in movies and novels. But the way it is done in this novel, it's quite charming and it's quite elegant. So I think you should give this a read. I mean, I have a copy which is a second hand copy. I think it's a 90s edition, It's a Mandarin classic. Yes, it's a 1997 edition. Hence, it looks like this. And yeah, Richard Wyndham is a character who is like very much. He's a mix of Lord Byron. He is like a cynical person. He's like 29 years old. He has seen the world, and he's not very. He has had all his romantic notions, and then there's this girl. She's 19. She's Penelope, and she's basically a tomboy. Both of them meet. The trope that I've already mentioned happens, and you get this book. Uh, I would just say this, that when you read this book, you will understand that a trope that is well known for a lot, for over centuries, can be done in a refreshingly new way, as it has been done in this novel. And I think you should give this a read. That was my review of the book. And also, the thing is that Georgette Heyer has this thing that not only the protagonists or in her story, but also the side characters in her stories are also very charming. They don't look like some cardboard cutouts, or some characters that are just there for the sake of being there, or they are just not plot devices to move the plot forward. They are not there like to say, okay, they are not there to inform the main protagonist, no, you were wrong, and then the story goes forward. Every character in Hare's book has an importance, has a charm, has a personality. And the thing is that I first read the Corinthian in the form of an audiobook. I think Georgina Sutton, actually I was using the Audible Escape version. Audible Escape, it was there in 2020, I think. No, 2018, yes. And it was the first time that I was introduced to Georgette Heyer because of the Audible romance thing that was there available on Audible. And it was the first time that I heard about Georgette Heyer, and I gave her a try. And after listening to the audiobook, I went back and read the book. And then I again, it was a good experience. So I will recommend, if possible, you can try out the Georgina Sutton narrated audiobook of the Corinthian, and also you can read the book. It is available on Amazon and other websites. Like I bought this from Bookchore, I think, and yeah. So that was my review. And you will get to know a lot about Regency era, because Georgette Heyer paints the picture of the surroundings, the mannerisms, what will the matronly woman say. Like, the whole picture is created very well by Georgette Heyer, because not only the description of the draperies, the gowns, the fineries is pitch perfect, I would say, but also the description of the characters and when to use the dialogues in order to paint the exact picture as to what they are and what they are contributing in the terms of the scene that is happening. It is done very well. Like, the novel is structured, it is written very well. Where dialogues are necessary, dialogues are there. Where just a third person narration is necessary, a third person narration is there. Where just a nod is necessary, a nod is there. If a person says something and the character nods, it is possible that you might laugh out loud, because it is done in a way that puts an impact on the reader. And the whole editing, I think the editing of the novel is done very well. What to include and what not to include, it's beautiful and it's brilliant. And I don't know why. I have heard a lot of fans of Georgette Heyer, but I think on the internet also, Georgette Heyer has a lot of following, but I think Georgette Heyer needs to be talked about more. And fans of Bridgerton, I think they will like it, and fans of Jane Austen will definitely like it. And the romance is on the tame side. It's not like a bodice ripper kind of a romance. It's very Austenian in a way. And so I think children can read it as well, I think from 12 and up. so it's appropriate for young readers as well. And I wish that Netflix or Amazon or HBO, I don't know, whoever, or Hulu, they make adaptations of this beautiful, brilliant novel. Not only this novel, even other novels like Venetia. I mean, I would love to see an adaptation of Venetia, because I think Georgette Heyer, there is one adaptation of a movie by Georgette Heyer, but after that, I think it did not do very well, and Georgette Heyer was like, I don't want any more adaptations. But I think we should give her a try. And even her mystery novels, of which I will talk in the future, they are also brilliant. I have read Envious Casca by her, and it's a brilliant novel. As expected, her characters are brilliant. The male protagonist is brilliant. I mean, it's a good novel. But coming back to the Corinthian, you can listen to the audiobook narrated by Georgina Sutton, or you can read the book. Although I recommend that you do both, because an audiobook narrator sometimes puts in more to the story, gives in more to the story, contributes more to the story, and makes interpretations of that same story in a different way. The scene and the setting of the story is also well crafted by a good narrator, because Georgina Sutton did a brilliant voice acting job of Wyndham, Penelope, and Wyndham's mother, whose voice is a little slow, and like her voice is described as very slow, very watery kind of a personality. Her personality is very washed out. That is all. And then her sister, his brother, Lord Wyndham's brother-in-law, who is kind of scared of his wife, and even the Yorkshire accents, they are done very well. And I'm kind of astonished as to the use of slang terms that Georgette Heyer used when they met that robber who had stolen. I'm not giving a spoiler, but who has stolen something, and yeah, this novel has a mystery element to it also. So it is like the best of both worlds for Georgette Heyer fans, because you get to see her mystery side also, and the rom-com side also, and there is Regency richness infused with it, because most of the times Georgette Heyer has written her mystery novels which are based on in her time, like she lived in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So her mystery novels are more contemporary, like it was contemporary when she was writing them. And her Regency novels, the rom-coms, Austenian rom-coms, they are more historical fiction, because she was writing these novels in the 20s, and these novels are mostly of the 1800s. And yeah, Georgette Heyer had a great gift of writing prose, and she did it very well. Brilliant, extensive research, sharp wit, brilliant characters, brilliant fleshed out characters. I mean, there is nothing that I can point out as to being its deficient, as to being deficient in some ways. Everything is fulfilled. Every reader's needs will be fulfilled after they'll read Georgette Heyer's fictions, because they have a wide variety and they are fleshed out. They are brilliant. So I think this is all that I need to say about the book. And if I'll continue, I will be just repeating myself. And I think that's the review of my book of Georgette Heyer's The Corinthian. So you can check it out on Audible, and you can read the paperback also. And that's all. If you have been here, thank you so much for watching. I will meet you all in the next video. Thank you.